guest rooms, hotels, and credit cards? Hopefully not. We got some more content to cover here. And we've been running everything in main here, but we're going to start making some relationship connections to these various pieces here. So guests and rooms and hotels and credit cards, you can probably see that there's some connection that happens with this one. So a room by itself doesn't mean anything. A room needs to be associated with something else. So I need to probably have rooms within my hotel. So rooms have hotels, or have, sorry, hotels have rooms. So what I want to do is, rather than make these rooms kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, we're going to move these and we're going to put them into our hotel class. So they are attributes. As I make them, I'm going to have attributes up here. So now my room has or my hotel now has two rooms that I can do something with. And I can reference the various pieces that go along with it. Now, I have these rooms up here, and I'm not having anything. Did I make them private? I'm going to go ahead and make them private here so that we cannot change them from externally here. So we'll go ahead and make them, but I am hard coding them. So I am saying that they are specific to that. So I don't necessarily want to have getters and setters for those right now. As we get more advanced, we probably would want to make these more, actually I think in the next lesson, we're going to show you how a different way to create these, but I do want to print them out down here. So this toString down here, I'm going to go ahead and take that toString out, and I'm going to make a new toString that's going to check to print out the information. So let's go down to source. We're going to go down and generate toString. Now notice that I have room 1 and 2 show up in my available pieces there. So I'm going to go ahead and click generate. And now, where did they just put it? I put it here somewhere. There's the toString. So let's go ahead and move that up. X, put it back up here at the top so we can keep track of it. What it added was it added in our room 1 and our room 2. So we got those now part of our toString. So that's one relationship. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we now print our hotel. So let's go ahead and down here, we'll do a sysout, and we are going to print hotel to string. Okay, so that hotel string now should print out everything about our hotel. And if I run it, there is all the information there. So there's our hotel name, the city, the number of rooms, has pool, and there's room number 1. Room number 1, bed 1, rate is booked false. Room 2, blah, blah, blah. It goes right down the list there. So it prints them out nice and order. I can tell everything about it. If I wanted to add another room, I could very easily just do this. Go, copy. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm going to copy that and paste it down below and change that to room 3. And let's go ahead and make these rooms 102, 103, and maybe this first one's 79. Okay, that's not bad. So we got room 1 with 1 bed for 79, room 2, which is 102 for 99, room 3 that has 2 beds, and 99.99. Now, I added that 3 up there. That did not add it down here to my toString. So if I want to do that, I could delete it and put it back in, or I could just go ahead and do room 3 and print out room 3 there also. And I think that should give me everything I need. Oops, I got an extra there. Everything looks good. Go ahead and run my program again. And at the end of this, I should have room 2, and there is room 3. So rooms or hotels have rooms. You can use one data object of another type to be an attribute in another one. So this is telling you what class it is, and then you just follow the name, same convention as other one. You give it the class name, which would be string or something else. You give it a name, you use the new keyword, you use the class name again, and then you still have to follow the constructor that goes along with it. So we've got one more that makes sense, and that's the credit card one. So I'm going to copy this credit card necessarily out of here, take the credit card out of there, and guests have credit cards. So we're going to go ahead and put the credit card up there at the top. We're going to go ahead and use the credit card class as our data type, call it card. We're using our constructor, so we probably wouldn't necessarily hard code those values into it, but we're going to stick with that process. We're going to want to update our toString. So I'm going to take out that toString, right click, go to source, go to generate toString. Everything's checked. Generate, and there's that toString. Just going to move that up underneath there, and that should be good. So now our guests have a credit card, so they're using a data type as something else. And if I come over here and I system out my guest and change hotel to guest, I now have a guest, Tom Jones, with a loyalty number of 0, discount nothing, credit card number. There's all the credit card information. So I'm starting to relate my different objects together and using them as attributes in another one. Okay, and next time we're going to talk about, okay, I don't want to hard code these values in. How do we manage that piece of it? Okay, thank you very much.